What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Good Wednesday evening. I'm gonna change that. Great Wednesday evening. Tonight is Wednesday, August the 11th, 2021, and welcome to another amazing episode in addition of Dialogues with Doc. Listen, I am so excited to be with you guys on tonight. These Wednesdays fly by so quickly. So I get so excited when it's time to do a show, and I have awesome and amazing guests joining me to talk about a host of different things. So thank you guys for rocking with me. Thank you guys for joining me. Had our 1 year anniversary show last week. Listen, last week was bananas. Thank you guys who tuned in. Thank you for your words of encouragement, your words of support, and all that good stuff, because I'm just out here doing my thing, trying to bring awesome and amazing content to the people about any and everything. This is a show for everybody, so I try to touch on a host of different topics. So thank you for rocking with me and just enjoying the ride with me. So listen, for those who don't know, this show was started doing COVID a year ago, just to provide a safe space and platform to talk about any and everything. We've had sex therapists on. We've had pastoring in a pandemic. We've done parenting in a pandemic. We've done a whole bunch of different shows, and tonight's going to be not like any other show. It's going to continue to take this thing up higher and higher each and every week. So you guys know the house rules. If you're watching, I'm not going to sing the song for you. You sing it for me. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're watching the show, have some questions, have some comments, chime them in, put them in the bottom. Hey, Carl, good to see you, brother. My brother always supports. I love him. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you have questions and we get a chance, I'll bring those up as well. But listen, tonight, I'm so excited. I'm actually nervous because my guest on tonight just makes me nervous because that's just who she is. That's my sister, and I'll tell y'all about her in just a little bit. But before we get the show started tonight, don't forget the 1 year anniversary celebration thing is going on. So if you have been watching the show, I had a guy on a couple of weeks ago from a 3050 company. So if you go to 3050company.com and find some awesome and amazing lapel pins and jewelry, handmade, custom-made jewelry. Jamal Malik is that guy. He's the creative behind 3050. If you use the code Doc Verde in the discount portion of the bill, you get, I think it's like 20% off. So go to 3050.com, tell them I sent you, put in the Doc Verde promo code, and find something nice for you, your boo, your mama, Ray, Pookie, and all them. You can find something for any and everybody over there. So go do that for me at some point. And the code is just it's just good to support other amazing brothers out here doing their thing. And you guys know, if I have a guest on the show, I try to support them as well and push them. Had a former guest, Julius Mafai, now I'm thinking about it, released his first book, Memoirs of a Crafty Girl. So Julius tells his life about being imprisoned and coming out and doing some other things. So support him. I try to support all my people that are doing major and amazing things that have been guests on the show. So yeah, support it. So now that I got all that out the way, tonight's show is going to be like none other. I try to do panel discussions, and sometimes I have to just do one-on-ones. Sometimes one-on-ones are a whole lot better because it allows me to dive a little bit deeper into having conversation and dialogue with my guests. So I have an amazing guest joining me on tonight. Of course, you guys know this is Dialogues with Doc, so I can't bring her on any other way without bringing her on the Dialogues with Doc way. So give me 1 second and let me get it set up. I'm a one-man show over here, but I'll make it rock. So let me bring my guest on the Dialogues with Doc way. Hold tight. Nita.
My brother. Oh my God. I am so happy to see you. So happy
to see you. I was over trying to make sure my lips wasn't ashy before we got on.
Okay.
They have the people talk about me. Can't even have people talk about me. I gotta ain't nothing changed about me but the year. I'm still a fool.
Yes, I love it. So
my
much.
Sister, how are you? It's so good to see you.
Yes. You too. I am good. I can't complain, bro, at all. How are you?
Listen, this is my sister, Carl. This is my show. Carl. I'm good. I'm good. I am look, just like you, trying to stay safe and sane as we continue to go through this pandemic thing. It's a lot, but we are hopefully and prayerfully coming on the other side of it. So yeah, I'm here just still trying to do my thing each and every week. And I just thank you for saying yes. I try to bring people on that can share, that can just, pour. And your story, which we'll get into in a little bit, is just so. I had to bring you on by yourself. No other guests. That's my sister. I need her to come on here and just be her and just be her. That's what I needed. And this is virtual, but soon we're gonna have a Chick-fil-A meetup like we always do. To break bread and act a fool and keep
absolutely.
So. Nita, I gotta start off the show like this because it is what it is. Tell us about how you're doing in this pandemic experience. I always like to start off with a socially emotional question just to kick the show off before I get into the real questions. How has your pandemic experience been? You know what? I'm sorry. I'm out of order. Tell the people about Juanita. Contee. Do a little intro. I'm so nervous. Do a little introduction, and then we'll get into some questions.
Okay. Well, hey everybody that's watching. My name is Juanita Contee, born and raised on the Eastern Shore of Maryland, Salisbury. I'm a church kid. I'm a preacher's kid. Grew up in church. I'm a singer. I'm a mom of 5. Graduated from high school out in Salisbury. Came here to go to college. Graduated from Bowie State University with honors.
Come on, honors.
Come on here. Then I went to the University of Baltimore for my master's in legal and ethical studies. Currently a student at Columbia International getting my doctoral degree. Y'all pray for me on that. But outside, I could go on and on. But outside of that, I love God and I won't take it back. Yeah.
Look, and she means every bit of it.
I mean.
So I'm gonna take you back. 2005.
Wow.
I walked into the Empowerment Temple. Just moved from Baltimore, and I saw this young lady on the stage leading praise and worship.
Yes.
And I don't know what it was, but I had a Wendy Williams moment. And I said, you know what? That's gonna be my friend in my head. I said it was just something about you, Nita, that just. That's right, called Dr. Contee. It is something about you that just struck with me. I said, you know what? That's gonna be my friend. I don't know how. And years later, we're just like, it's just amazing how I've seen you grow and evolve as a singer, as a mother, as a student, as a wife, as a daughter, as an awesome minister of the gospel. So we come a long way from. I'm gonna take you back. The red Montero Sport.
Oh my God! With the leopard interior? Yes!
Listen, we have come a long way.
A long way, bro.
By the grace of God. By the grace of God.
Absolutely.
So my friend in my head is joining me tonight, and she's my sister now. Nita, let's just start here. Because I had to break my show down into segments for you. So I'm going to start with the basic stuff. So what was life like growing up for you?
Life was kind of busy, but it was fun. I am the only girl of 3 boys, and my brothers are crazy. So it was fun. We were church kids, of course, so we found ourselves in church all the time, singing and all of that. And I started singing at a very young age, so I actually had a little calendar, and I was booked when I was a kid. So so life was fun. I was traveling, singing, started preaching at the age of 8. And, my brothers and I loved to sing, so we would then sing together. So it was pretty fun. My life was fun with my brothers.
And then you fall in the middle.
Yeah, I fall in the middle. Mm-hmm.
And the only girl.
The only girl, yes.
Ms. Robin, you did that, Ms. Robin.
She did that.
I love your mother. Shout out to Ms. Robin.
Yes.
So growing up, you were just life was busy, so you were busy.
Yeah.
And it just happened to continue to roll over into your adult life because Juanita, you are still booked and busy by the grace of God.
By the grace.
Like this is like I've watched. I'm always watching your journey anyway. I may heart, like something like that, or I may randomly text you. That's just who. This is just the type of connection that we have. And so my sister, God has kept his hand on you all these years. He's still keeping his hand on you. And you're just blossoming even more into the beautiful flower that he created you to be, because you're just candle. And whenever you enter a room, you just shine. And one thing about candles, they don't compete. You're just who you are. I'm just who I am. And I just come into a room, I own it. And I just be my genuinely authentic self. And people have this perception of you, and then you get to know you, they're like, you know what? She cool with the fan. Like, I had this perception, like, Juanita is the homegirl. But you have to build up to that point, because Juanita's not gonna let everybody
in. No. Absolutely. You're right, bro. You're right. I have had to deal with that in my life, where people, before they even met me, they would just look at me and be like, oh, I probably can't speak to her. I probably can't approach her. She's probably stuck up, conceited, all that. And then when they finally get to meet me, if I feel led to let them in, they're like, oh my God, you're like the best homegirl ever. And which I am very much, very much down to earth. But I am a no nonsense person. Don't get me wrong. I am a no nonsense individual. But outside of that, I'm cool. I'm not sure.
Just don't play. so I'm gonna stick in this music vein for a minute.
Okay.
Your top 5 musical influences. So you have this beautiful, amazing voice, and you can pretty much sing anything. Give her the phone book, and she can sing it. It's trained classically and professionally all across the board. So I know you have a mixture of musical influences, but if you had to say your top 5, who would you name?
Wow, bro. I would have to start with Carolyn Douglas. That's my grandmother. She is like, in her day, she was the gospel Beyonce. That thing can sing. And not only sing, but she could perform. She had just a presence about herself when she would get up to minister. She could write music, all of that. And so she's really who taught me how to have a presence, stage presence, when I would get up and minister and do that kind of thing. She taught me that it was so important to not just stand there and sing, but to have a presence, to tell a story, to paint a picture. So Carolyn Douglas, my grandmother. Then I would have to say Mahalia Jackson. People tell me that I sing with an old kind of soul behind the way that I sing. But Mahalia Jackson, I gleaned a lot from her. Soon I Will Be Done with the Troubles of This World is one of the first gospel songs I ever sang that Mahalia Jackson sings. I just loved her voice. I love the way she delivered. Let's see, Judy Garland. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Somewhere Over the Rainbow was my very favorite song when I was a kid. It still is now, but I love her. I would have to say Yolanda Adams. I grew up on her. She's a huge influence. And of course, Miss Kim Burrell. I mean, she's just the Bible, the vocal Bible. What can I say? So yeah.
Oh God, you done gave me now, y'all. These are some heavy hitters that she just named. So now you see, you see when. So let me go back to grandma. So this stage presence thing. Now it makes sense. I've watched you for years, and when you mount a pulpit or platform, I mean, you just have this confidence about like I'm coming in here to slay some demons, and I'm not leaving this platform until my job is done. And then when I know you done tapped in, and I lose it personally, when you do that lean back, when you do the lean back, I said, when she had this Matrix moment, bro. She done went for gold.
I don't know where that came from. I don't know how I even do it. I'm 37 years old now, and it still happens. I don't know how I do that, but it's just a thing for me. I just, you're right. When I tap in, it's not a game. Let's get ready to go. Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I had to go back and remind myself. Jonathan Nelson, Champions, Praise Saved My Life. My new favorite, J.J. Harrison, All the Glory. Nadia Scott, Isaiah Thomas, Chester Burke, Jeremiah Hicks, Bronzy, and even Nick Reynolds recently. Like, Nita, you put out some amazing, soothing music for the soul by people just saying, hey, I need you to jump on this and just let God use you. My question that I didn't even put in the thing when I sent it to you, but when you dropping something for the people?
Baby, listen. I've been working on something. I actually started working on something last year, and then the pandemic hit as I was working on it. But it is just about finished. And so I'm hoping that either by the end of this year or early next year that I can release it. Y'all keep me in prayer. But I have actually been working, and I think I have something that everybody's going to love. I pray that they do anyway. Yeah. So soon.
I love it. I love it. You already know I'm pre-ordering, post-ordering, purchasing, and supporting, because you know I love when you do what you do. It doesn't seem like it's work. You just get up here and do what you got to do, which leads me to my next question. I know it's hard at times, but this is another question I thought of today driving home. Can you explain the struggles behind being a praise and worship leader? Yeah. And I got to mount this platform and do what God's called me to do, but I got my own stuff going on.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I could go on for days talking about how hard that is.
You'll get on my show. We got time.
Yes, there are. It's a huge struggle to be called to leadership in any capacity, and have to mount a platform or do ministry while you're struggling and going through in your own life. It's a huge struggle, but when you have been graced by God to do something, he just gives you this grace and this push and this power to get through it. It is, again, very hard, but I've learned that, I've got to lean on the grace of God. I've got to lean on the anointing that he's given me for that assignment to get through it. And then, go to God when I go home about what I'm dealing with and pray and ask him to help me with that also. But yeah, there's a grace that God gives you even through the struggle to do what he's called you to do. Yeah.
And the grace thing is important because that's what I need to kind of give me the courage to even get up here. Like, I'm dealing with XYZ, but I got to get up here, mount this platform. I'm going to take it back for 3 services sometimes. And got to get the same energy and tap into my anointing to make sure that I minister to somebody. So, no, I said, I got to ask my sister this question because I know I can't even imagine. Okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It really teaches you to lean not on your own strength, but to lean on the strength of God. Because a lot of times we do stuff in our own strength and in our own power, and we don't succeed. We fail at it, or we wear ourselves out. So it really teaches you to lean solely on God and his strength and his power. Yeah.
I love it. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Dream musical influence that you would love to work with.
Oh my gosh. I would have to say, oh my God, there's so many. I would have to say Kim Burrell. Mm-hmm. I would probably faint, but I would get the job done. But if I had to work with somebody, it would definitely be her. Like I said in the beginning, she's the vocal Bible. She can do no wrong. She makes no mistakes vocally in my book. So I would love an opportunity. If I had it, I would love to work with her. Definitely.
I love it. Now, have you met her?
I have, yes.
Okay, and what about Yolanda?
I have. Yep.
Okay.
I have. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she has, but yes.
Yes.
Oh, Danae, the Montero. Y'all took it all the way back. I missed that comment.
That thing. Oh my goodness.
Okay, Carl, I see you. Juanita, how would you encourage the modern day Levites in this pandemic to not lose heart in their gift?
First of all, I would encourage them to understand that, as I said before, you're graced. There's a grace on you to do what you're called to do. And so I would encourage them to lean on the grace that they know that they've been given from God. And to walk in that, number one, to walk in it and do it how you do it, be who you are, be who God has called you to be. And lean on that because it gets tough. We're in a full pandemic. It's crazy out here. It's just unpredictable what could happen from day to day. So remember that you've been graced and called, and lean on that when it gets tough. Lean on that when it gets hard. Yeah, to keep your focus and maintain your focus. Yeah,
maintain your focus.
Mm-hmm.
I need that for myself. Yeah. Look, I got my little show notes over
Yes,
here.
yes.
Maintain my focus.
Lean on the grace God has given you to do what you need to do, for real. Yeah.
When you got to pull from a deep place, and even when it's just residue, do that. Just tap into your residue and then pull yourself up by your own bootstraps.
Absolutely. There you go.
Now, I can't close this music part out without letting the people know who my sister is. So I'm gonna go here with this Black History moment.
Okay.
I don't even think you realize it at times.
Oh, God.
And I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it either until I thought about it. I said, my sister is the Black History. Like, she is the first and only female minister of music for the Empowerment Temple AME Church. We done had all these men come through here. Juanita comes through just serving, and even till this day is still the only female minister of music for the Empowerment Temple AME Church. So when somebody, because I'm pretty sure you were just serving and not even paying attention, when someone pointed that out to you or said it for the very first time, what went through your head?
I was like, bro, wow, that's an honor. I was actually honored to, because like you said, I was just serving, doing my part. I didn't even think about that. And then, it was brought to my attention. I was like blown away, like, dang on, I just made history up in here. Like, this is amazing. I was humbled and honored at the same time, to know that I had made history at Empowerment Temple, such a great church, such a great body. And, it was just amazing to know. It was amazing to know. Yeah.
And then for me to see you just come through, like, you came in just serving. I'm a college student serving in praise and worship.
Absolutely.
And then you grow up. You go to college. You grow up. You graduate college. You get married. You move to North Carolina. Then you come back, and I'm still in this serving mode. And when I came back the second time from living in Texas, you were minister of music. I'm like, well, let me get up here and do what you need me to do, not knowing I'm about to say, Juanita, if you don't go sit down because you about to go into labor with Jade, because we're not having this today. And we're wearing this all blue. What was it?
Yeah.
We're wearing this all blue. We're not about to do this today.
Bro, I will never forget. I will never forget that moment. Y'all were like, girl, if you don't sit down somewhere, you are all the way pregnant. Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
I'm just honored to know you. Like this whole Black History piece is it's huge because we focus on like Kamala Harris being like the first vice president, which is true, but there are other women out here just serving, doing their own thing that are history makers and change makers as well. So my sister, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm shifting gears from music to motherhood. So this is my next. I done stacked my stuff right. So motherhood. Let's talk about it. Tell us about the tribe and what you love about being a mom.
Well, there's 5 in the tribe. There's Jade, Giselle, Jude, Jacob, and Jameson Jr. So it's 5 altogether, a set of twins. And it is a lot. It's a handful. But I love motherhood. It's so rewarding. What I love the most is that I see myself in my children a lot of the times. Like Giselle, she reminds me so much of myself. She is very bold. She does not back down from anything. She's willing, able, and ready. Like, she'll get up in church and read scripture. She'll get up in church and pray. She's only 8 years old, and she'll read scripture and pray with such a boldness. It's just like, oh my God, that's me. So I love seeing bits and pieces of myself in them. And I love knowing that the different things that I'm trying to teach them and instill in them, that they're paying attention. I can see it in their actions. I can see it with the way that they speak and how they carry themselves. So it's rewarding. And I love that I can see myself and that they're paying attention to what I'm trying to do and teach them. Yeah.
I love it. I love I was like, my sister's got a whole tribe. And doing it so effortlessly, like, all right, y'all, let's go. We gotta go to camp. We gotta go to the music park. We going to church. We going to see grandma. We going, like, you embrace motherhood so effortlessly. And it's that thing you talked earlier about the grace that God has given us to do certain things. There are many women out here struggling.
Right.
You're surviving, you're thriving, and just I love it. Hey,
I love you.
I since you and to just see your evolution, like from just being a college student to now being a mom and a mom of 5, like, you're an inspiration to so many women who are just out here like, how do I do this? And you're like,
Right.
they see you're like, well, if Juanita's doing it, well, I can do it, because
Right.
she is encouraging me, not even knowing, she just doing her own thing, doing it by herself, and not knowing who's watching, what lenses they're viewing it from. And so thank you for sharing that. I gotta go here because we talked about motherhood. Let's go. I got to talk about victory. Well, I'm not gonna talk about it. I wanted to bring that up because tonight my sister is a mom, an evangelist, a singer, a prayer warrior, an encourager. Victory for Jude. Let's talk about Victory for Jude.
Yes. Well, Victory for Jude is a hashtag that actually one of my friends came up with back in 2016. One of my twins, the oldest one, who is Jude, fell gravely ill, even to the point where we didn't know if he was going to survive. He contracted RSV, which is an upper respiratory disease, and it affects children in the worst way. And a lot of young children, infants especially, don't survive it. So, he started out at our local hospital and he started declining and had to be airlifted and flown over to Children's Hospital, where he stayed in the ICU for nearly a month. He was on life support. I mean, he was on 13 different drips to keep him sedated. It was a whirlwind, and I thought I was going to go crazy. It got so bad that I, even while I was in the hospital with him, I even started planning out his funeral because I didn't want to be caught off guard, because there was a strong possibility that he was not going to survive. But when you have the Holy Ghost,
come on,
when you have a prayer life, when you have a relationship with God, you can ask God for anything and he'll do it for you. Jude was facing death. And I asked God for life in the face of death. And I had enough faith to believe that God could do it. And so, I'm a very personal person. I wasn't going to share it on Facebook, but then God instructed me, share this on Facebook. When I shared it on Facebook, it went almost like viral. I mean, people from all over were reaching out like, we heard about your son. We're going to lift him up in prayer today. I'm talking about Pastor William Murphy. All kinds of people reached out like, we heard about your son. Somebody from Africa heard about him. We're like, we have prayer service today. We're going to lift Jude up. And I was just shocked, like, wow, how in the world is this even happening? But I shared it. And so many people just begin to bombard heaven on Jude's behalf. And after 18 days of being on life support, 13 different drips, Jude started moving. And his lungs started. Now, mind you, he's not supposed to be moving because he's sedated. He started moving. And his lungs started clearing up. The doctor was like, wait, this is just making a total shift that we weren't expecting. So they ended up having to take him off of life support. They weren't expecting to have to do that. They ended up taking him off of life support, taking him off of the drips. They said he wouldn't make noise for a while because he had been on life support and intubated. And as soon as they took the tube out, he started talking and babbling when they said that he wouldn't be able to. And I mean, it was the grace of God. It was a miracle right before my eyes. And so that's where hashtag Victory for Jude came from, because everybody that knew about it started, just believing God with me and my family that Jude would come out. And he did. He's 6 years old today and thriving. Thriving.
Listen, when you posted that hashtag, I said,
honey,
yo, this thing she has no idea the influence she has. And like you even shared, Africa, Bishop William Murphy, all I'm doing is asking for prayer. And this thing has gone viral for the love and support and prayers of one of my only begotten sons.
Yes.
right. And to see him now, I see when you post pictures, he's at the playground and doing this and doing. I'm just like,
yes.
Jude, if you don't, boy, you.
Yes.
I'll go over praying for you, Jude. And to see you now, it's like, my God, like
amazing, amazing.
Okay, so since we're viral, I'm gonna stick with viral for a second.
Okay.
Be grateful.
Yes.
You were at a play rehearsal. Y'all, we off script now. This is me just off the top of my head.
I love it.
You were at a play rehearsal and you're just rehearsing the song Be Grateful. And the last time I checked, this thing was in the millions. Like, when someone said Nita, I can hear now. LJ, Nita, did you know you don't went viral? What went?
I had no idea. Yes, it was crazy. It was crazy. In rehearsal, bro. In rehearsal and preparing for a play that we were in together. And one of the songs was Be Grateful. It's an old classic. And I was just rehearsing it. And somebody pulled out their camera. I think it was my brother Clifton Ross. He pulled out his camera and just recorded it. And I didn't even know he was going to post it, but he posted it. And the next day, it had like 20,000 views. Several hundred shares just the next day. He was like, do you know that I just posted you like yesterday? You already had like 25,000. I was like, what did you post? He was like, I posted your song, Be Grateful, from rehearsal, and you're at like 25,000 views and climbing. I don't even know. It's in the millions or whatever it is now. I had no idea.
and it's crazy how Carl makes no sense. And all you were doing was giving us a simple reminder. Whatever you're going through, be grateful. You're going to have high days, you're going to have low days, and sometimes it's just a simple reminder. Just find something to be grateful for. No, so I've contributed to those millions of views. I done watched it several times myself, but thank you for just being you, and just, you had no idea the camera was right behind you. You were just rehearsing and
just rehearsing, literally. Yep.
I'm gonna go here. How does your faith influence your everyday life decisions?
Wow,
somebody watching right now struggling in that area. So for Juanita, how does your faith influence everyday life decisions?
Yeah, my faith allows me to not be afraid. There are things that I want to do and I want to accomplish in life. And I glean and lean on my faith to just allow God to show me how to get it done. I'm not afraid anymore. I used to be so timid and afraid to do stuff and to do things like, okay, because sometimes your vision and your dream and what God has for you can intimidate you. And so my faith really allows me to step out and just do what I need to do. I'm no longer hesitant. I'm no longer afraid to do it. If I want to accomplish something, if I want to go for something, I'm going for it because I have faith and I have God. I'm God's child. I can do what I want to do, and it has to happen. Yeah. Gosh, absolutely.
It's got to happen. Like I got to remember my DNA. When I was trying to remember my DNA, what am I afraid of? He said, give me this much faith and I'm going to do all this. But we're so many of us struggle with the little mustard seed size faith that you just bless somebody. I don't know if they're going to be watching tonight in Baltimore or if they're going to be watching at 6:00 in the morning, 3 days from now. Somebody going to watch this thing, and something that she said is going to encourage somebody, because this faith thing is something that we struggle with, especially in this pandemic. Like this thing has, oh God, our faith and our strength has really been tested in the midst of this pandemic. And some people don't want to acknowledge the fact that they've struggled. We all have struggled with things in this pandemic, and faith has been one of them. Do I want to go back into a church one day? Do I want to? What am I reading my Bible for? People think like this, and so you get up every Sunday and go and mount this platform at Celebration Church and give God your all. Like you're so consistent. Like Nita, you don't understand how you get up every time like it's your last time.
I do. I have to, because it may be.
Okay, I'm throwing script out the door. Let's go. COVID. You had this big birthday party. I mean, birthday celebration. But there was a story behind. I think you said something about COVID. When I went, don't go into the next one. But let's go with the COVID. So I had COVID, and I'm not the only one on the screen tonight that they got to.
Nope.
So tell me your story. Tell me your COVID story.
Baby, bro, first of all, I was so diligent with wearing my mask and washing my hands, all of that. Sweetie, I was wearing masks the year before COVID even came out. Whenever I had a trip, whenever I had to fly, because I was doing a whole lot of traveling in 2019, I was wearing my mask then. I was diligent before COVID. So in late November, Thanksgiving, actually,
Oh my God.
I started experiencing the symptoms. I'm like, oh my God, no. I couldn't even eat. And it was Thanksgiving. I couldn't even eat like I wanted to. I was so upset. But, long story short, I ended up having COVID. And bro, I was so sick. I did not know I was going to make it. I didn't know if I was going to make it. My body was ravaged through, literally. This thing took me, I could barely walk. I couldn't eat. I could barely talk. To touch me, it was painful. I would call my mom crying like, Mom, am I going to live? Like, this is crazy. And so it took me 2 months to recover from COVID-19. It was a struggle to even sing, something I had been doing all my life. I had to really get back into how to do it because COVID really, really, really took a toll on my body. And so, yeah, I'm here today to tell somebody that God is still in the healing business. If you need it, I'm a witness that he can heal you, even when you feel like you're going to die in whatever you're in. Because I swear, bro, I did not know if I was going to survive it, but God brought me through it. It took me 2 months, but he brought me through it, and I'm here. So I had to celebrate big. I had to.
Listen.
Birthday.
Oh
I
God.
had to.
You just
I had to.
So was all the glory before COVID or after COVID when y'all recorded this?
All the glory was before COVID.
Okay.
Before COVID, I believe.
But
Yes.
But because the way you demolished this song,
like, I'm
thinking it's after COVID or even or okay, let me go back. Okay, so when y'all had the virtual concert and you laid out, that was after COVID.
That was
after a flashback.
Yeah, I had a flashback, a whole entire flashback. Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. Show's over.
And honey, I don't play with God. I do not play with God. I don't care what's going on in my life, where I am in my life, what is it going right, what's not lining up. I don't play with God. All I need is a thought about what he's done and about where he's taking me. All I need is a thought about something he's brought me out of, and I'm out. I don't play with that thing. So it fell on me so hard. I was in the flow. I didn't care. I didn't know if my wig was on straight. I didn't even know if my wig was even still on. It didn't matter. It did not matter in that moment.
In that moment, it didn't matter.
We're going to get the glory out of my life, period.
Oh, y'all. Mary Robin, it's the thoughts for me. The
thoughts.
It's crazy how grandma and them set stuff growing up and we didn't get it, but now give me a flashback. Give me a thought. Just the fact that I sat in this chair and I know I'm big and the chair didn't break on, the chair didn't fall over. I just had a thought and a flashback that this chair, I had a lot of faith in this chair because I didn't fall out of it. It's just the small stuff for me.
It's the small stuff.
Oh gosh. Okay.
All I need is a thought. That's it. It don't take much for me.
Now I sent you some guiding questions. Did you get a chance to look at them?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Am I okay to use all of them? I was one I was concerned about, but I said if she don't want to go there, she'll tell me.
Nope. Nothing is off limits. Let's go.
Gotcha. Let's go with the D word. Okay.
Yeah.
So my sister is very transparent. I was married. Now I'm divorced. Life after divorce. Okay. Let's talk about the divorce from a lens of what something marriage didn't teach you, but divorce did.
Bro, that is such a loaded question, and it's a great question. Okay. And when I thought about it, I was like, marriage taught me the importance of, how people say, when you get married, what do you bring into the table? What does he bring into the table? Marriage taught me to come with tools to build a table.
Come on.
I don't want a foundation already laid out for me. You know what I mean? I need me and my partner, me and my husband or whoever to come in building the table.
Listen.
Because the table for me was, when I thought about it, I was like, the table means just a foundation. And society has already given us a template of what marriage should be, of what it should be like. The husband should do this, the wife should do that, the wife should do this, the husband should do that. And we kind of follow that template, but it may not work for your marriage. It may not work for what you're doing. So it's important to build the table instead of coming with your stuff and then his stuff and then trying to make it work. We're going to build this table together. So that's what divorce taught me, is that it's important to build your own table, build your own foundation for what is going to work for your marriage instead of trying to fit into the mold, And bro, it also taught me autonomy. Autonomy is important. Marriage, yes, it is a partnership. We do things together, but never get so intertwined that you lose you. Mm-hmm. You're still important. What you want to do, the goals and aspirations that you have are still very much important. And it's okay to want to reach those. It's okay to work together in your marriage for you all to help each other reach individual goals. So it taught me autonomy too. And if I get married again, those are the two things that I'm going to bring into my marriage. Yeah.
These are my non-negotiables.
Yeah.
We're going to come in here like Bob the Builder together.
Yeah, Bob the Builder. Okay.
We're going to build some stuff with these blues. That's right. With these blues clues, and we're going to thrive and survive and thrive. Okay,
exactly.
Let's go here. You were married to a pastor.
Yes.
You're a minister of music.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go here. You're married to a pastor. You're a female. You're a minister of music, and you're a female. So
right.
And I'm Black history, but I'm still a mom. I'm still a wife. Whatever. So
right.
How was the marriage from the lens of you're important, but Negro, I am too. Like I'm I'm pretty much on the same level as you professionally. But I got goals. I got goals over here.
Right. That was a big thing in our marriage, was feeling like I had to dummy down, if that's a word, for lack of a better word. It was a struggle, because I'm certain of who I am. I'm sure, I'm secure in who I am. And even though you're the pastor, God's hand is on my life too. You know what I mean? So it was definitely a struggle that we really tried to work through. But unfortunately, we couldn't get there. We couldn't get there where we were able to see eye to eye and see that both of us were important, and that it wasn't just about him because he was the pastor and then, you're the first lady. This is what a first lady does. No, I'm not just limited to a first lady. I'm not limited to just coming in here cute. Now I'm going to do that. I'm going to come in here dressed, but I'm going to do that, but I'm not limited to just sitting on the front row and being cute. Or just singing right before you preach or leading worship. No, I preach too, all of that. So yeah.
It's all of the above.
Yeah.
All of it says D, all of the above. I do all of that as well.
All the above.
So the blessing in the divorce is that we're not married anymore, but y'all do an amazing job of co-parenting.
Thank you, bro.
So let's talk about this co-parenting thing. Like how?
Yes.
I know my sister. This is not something that she ever thought she would be, which is divorce. But I'm doing this co-parenting thing. Like,
right.
Describe co-parenting for Juanita.
Whoo! It is hard work. It definitely requires both of you to be selfless. And that's something that he and I are both working on still. We still have our hard days. We still have our days where we're duking it out, but we are really doing our best to work toward making sure that we focus on the fact that it's no longer about us. It's about the well-being of the children. It's about making sure we raise the children the way God would intend for us to do that. So it's not easy, but communication is key. Selflessness is key. Sacrifice is key. And if y'all have to go to counseling, co-parenting counseling, I don't even know if that's a thing, but if somebody out there does co-parenting counseling, let me know, because we might have to sign up. But yeah, because he and I have a long way to go. Our youngest child is 3. So we have a long way to go with this thing. But yes, it definitely takes communication and selflessness and understanding that, the marriage dissolved or whatever, but it's no longer about us and why our marriage dissolved. It's about the fact that we've got to raise these children the way God would intend us to do it.
Exactly. And no, y'all are, listen, y'all working this thing out.
Thank you.
we come a long way. It's got a long way to go, but you can tell that the hand of God is on the both of you as it relates to the tribe. So
yes.
And Spud is 3 now. God,
he's 3. He grew right up, didn't he? He grew right up. 3.
This pandemic done messed up everything like this. Okay. Yeah. So this chapter, so the marriage chapter closed with divorce.
Yeah.
But you're now in a new chapter of survivorship and empowerment. Yes. So let's talk about this new chapter of survivorship and empowerment. So I'm not going to say what it is. I'm going to let you lead the people into this new chapter and what you're doing, because my sister, I said, Nita got to come on the show. Yeah. Somebody out there needs this. So let's go there.
Yeah. So this new chapter is me walking this journey of alopecia. I found out around this time last year that I have 2 types of alopecia, traction alopecia, and the other one is a long name, but the short name of it is CCCA, where it starts in the crown of your head and then slowly but surely takes your hair out. I was devastated, bro, when I found out, of course, because I'm a woman and women are, their hair is everything. So I was devastated when I found out. And, at first I wanted to cover it up. I was ashamed of it. I wanted to just continue to wear wigs and scarves and things like that to try to hide it, because I was really in denial. But I had to go before God and I said, God, if you brought me to this, you've equipped me one way or the other to walk this thing out. And so, one day I was just like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And I posted a picture of myself on social media and it went crazy. People were like, girl, no, you didn't. Queen this and queen that. Somebody was like, tag, what is it, Black Panther, because you need a role. Are they casting people? Because you need to be in it. All of that. And what I loved the most about it, bro, is that my inbox, my email, all of that blew up from people just based off the picture being encouraged and finding the strength to wear their crown is what I call it. I was getting inboxes of how did you do it? What do I do? Women and even children reaching out saying, I'm going to go find out what's going on with me now. And can you help me in my journey? So yeah, I feel so empowered. I feel like I've evolved into a greater version of myself. And I love my journey. I really do.
I love it. One thing I've always loved about you is your transparency.
Yes.
Where many are scared to share, you're not. And that's what seeks to empower others. The way you just said, and I had to do my homework today, because it's crazy. I was talking to my coworker today who's in beauty school, and she was telling me how she poured it to me today saying, she was talking about something. She said, alopecia. I said, what about alopecia? I knew you were coming on the show. She said, well, there's 4 types. I said, there's 4 types? She said, yeah. So she started spitting them off. I'm like, I need to write that down for me. I didn't even know that it was 4 types. And then you can share, and for you to share that you found out, I ain't got 1, I got 2. So it's like when you found out it's like you found out you were having twins, you're like, huh?
Bro.
When you found out you have 2 forms of alopecia, you're like,
what? Yeah, literally.
You found out, and the emotions that went through you were like what?
Honestly, bro, my emotions were like, oh my God, you're going to be ugly. People aren't going to find you beautiful anymore. I felt like my womanhood was fading. I felt like my sense of security and who I am, just as a woman, as a mom, was fading. I felt like my children would, oh my God, I'm about to cry. I felt like my children would be embarrassed and ashamed of me. I felt like, people would look at me strange. There was a range of emotions. And that's why I initially was going to keep it hidden. But again, like I said, I'm so glad that I have embraced this because it has opened so many doors for me. It hasn't just helped other people, but it has opened so many doors. I'll be featured in the Bald Life magazine in September. It's coming out
Yes, I
September
saw
1st.
that.
Representative Ayanna Pressley is in it as well. Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley. She's featured in that same magazine. I'm a part of an anthology that's coming out in December, where I'm going to author my story, and it's going to be placed in an anthology. So it has opened doors. I can add author to my list of things that I do now.
What?
And I just bless
Doctor?
God. I have just blessed God. It has morphed into this thing bigger than I even imagined. So it's
Tara,
amazing.
you're right. She's rocking it like you even have a story behind it.
Thank
Like,
you, Tara.
Carl, I see you. You look beautiful with hair and without. You've always been gorgeous. Carl,
Thank you, Carl.
the crazy part. So when you shared your story, yeah, walking your purpose, Mary Robin, definitely. When you shared your story initially, I said, let me pray for my sister because I know what she's going through. I know one thing I know about Juanita Contee.
Yeah.
This hair gonna be laid and these nails gonna be done.
Done and laid.
So when I said, let me, I'm not gonna even read, let me just pray for my sister because I know her personally. This hair and these nails gonna be on point. So when you shared that picture initially, I was like, she done broke the internet. Like that was such a beautiful, clean, simple image that, like you said, it empowered so many other women and children to reach out to you. And the reason why you beat COVID is because God knew you had another assignment.
Yes.
So it's like God, I can't let you go, Juanita, because I still got some more work for you to do. You don't even know what it is yet because I gotta expose you to other people to be able to say, God, I get it. Like, okay, I got it. And God had to say that it didn't have to be music related to music. Just being attached to humanity. There are so many women, children, hell, men get their hair cut bald just so they get the cut bald, but hell, some of us got alopecia. I mean, let's be honest. I'm just cussing on my. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Just you're inspiring so many people.
Wow.
Just by being transparent. And that's what I've always loved about you is just that I'm gonna give God all I got, and that's all I can do. And I'm gonna be Juanita.
Absolutely.
Period, point blank. That's what it is. And here I am just sharing my story, and now I am a brand ambassador. Now I'm in a magazine. Now I'm an author. Now I'm also working on being Dr. Contee. These are just things that God said, not yet. I still got more work for you to do. I mean, you were even at something recently. Was it like a walk or something that you guys did?
Yes. The June.
Tell me about the walk. Yeah.
Yes, we were invited. The group that I'm in, it's called the Baldy Movement, the Bald Life magazine, Bald Boss, all of that. They invited us to be a part of the Juneteenth Annapolis parade. They had never seen anything like what we bring to the table. And so they were like, we want y'all to march. We want y'all to go ahead and show people that it's okay to be bald, whether it's by choice, whether it's through alopecia, whether it's through cancer, whatever it is. There are people that struggle with hair loss, and we want you guys to definitely come and march. And honey, we were out there, I don't know, maybe 80, 100 deep with no hair, cute, marching. And so many people were inspired and loved it. But yeah, we marched for the Juneteenth parade in Annapolis, and it was just amazing. It was amazing. We were in the Washington Post because of that too. Yeah, it was great.
It's like, let me just go. You just go somewhere and you're like, dang, it's a lot of us. Like I didn't expect. I knew some of us here, but like, yo, like we a tribe. Like we deep in this thing. Like we about to show out. Like me and my sister's about to show out. And now you linked up with the young lady you were speaking about that's in the magazine as well. And she has become, I want to say like a life coach, but more like an encouragement support type individual for you, because I've seen the work you guys have been doing. So it's just so magical that you just meet. I'm going through a challenge, but I meet someone that's genuinely authentic as I am, that is able to pour into me to help bring me up, because I'm still struggling and dealing with this new what is it called, diagnosis. And for you to say, and you done messed me up by saying I didn't feel beautiful anymore. I was thinking that my kids would be ashamed of me. When you shared the news with the tribe,
yes,
what was the tribe's response? Giselle probably, James probably like, okay. Giselle was like, okay, so what's this supposed to mean? Like, what? You still my mama, you still beautiful. The boys probably was like,
okay.
Why she telling us this? And Spud like,
yes.
Okay.
The way you just explained it is exactly how it went. Like the girls, at first they were like, okay, mommy. Giselle, of course, she's so inquisitive. She had so many questions for me, and whatever questions she had, I answered it. She was like, well, you're still beautiful. You know that, right? You know how she is. The boys, they were exactly like, okay, what? They didn't really care. And actually, Jude came and kissed me on my head, and he does now, even when he sees me. So the kids were so receptive of it. I was shocked. They're used to it now. It's not a thing, and they weren't afraid of it when I first showed them, my crown. And of course, like I said, they had questions, but they weren't afraid at all. And once I was able to explain it to them where they could understand it, they were like, "Okay, cool, let's go. We're with it." Yeah, it was wonderful. It made my heart so glad. It really did. I didn't have to hide from them anymore.
Yeah, love it. And so then fast forward to, we had this 37th birthday extravaganza.
Yeah, honey.
We're celebrating beating COVID and owning our crown.
Absolutely.
Tell us about this, how this came about. What made you say, let's do this thing? The artists that you brought in that are friends to support you.
Yes.
I don't watch the thing multiple times. So let's talk about this whole experience.
Yes. So after I beat COVID, I was like, my birthday's coming up, and I don't want to just do no cake and ice cream and a trip. I want to celebrate God in a big way for survival and awareness, and for how, even coming into this awareness has opened so many doors for me and encouraged so many people. So I had this vision, and I just started writing it down. I was like, oh, Lord, I need some money for this. But okay, let me write this down. You said write the vision, make it plain. Okay, I'm going to write it. I need you to bring some money into this. But whatever you say. So, I prayed about it. And as I prayed, God dropped everybody in my spirit. And I'm like, these are some big name people. Although they're my friends and they're cool with me, these are some big name people. They probably not going to be able to come. So, but everything fell in line. God told me who, what, when, where, and what time. And when I followed the plan of God to the T, I called my brother Dominic Thompson, who's an event coordinator. I said, bro, this is what I want to do. I laid it all down the line. He was like, okay, let's do it. Brandon Macklin produced it. And really, literally, all I did was picked up the phone and told my friends what I wanted to do. They were like, where are we going? Where are we supposed to be? Tell us what time. They were there. And that's just it. I asked my church if I could use the church. I'm like, of course you can use the church. You can do whatever you need to do. We are here to support you. And when I say everything fell into place, everything I needed, God provided. I lacked nothing. And on top of that, I was able to go to my dream vacation on top of that, which was Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. So yeah, I said I had to celebrate in a big way, and God made it happen for me. He sure did.
Love it.
Yes.
I do have one problem though about the whole event.
What happened, bro?
I'm still looking at my email for my invitation. But it's COVID, so I'll be at the next one.
Yes, bro. That was literally the only reason why.
But let me tell you something. I had that thing on my TV screen like I was having a watch party. Yes! I wanted to celebrate my sister. When you came out in the sequence, I said, that's Nita. That's my sister. Okay. I know she's going to come out in typical Nita fashion, killing it.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
What has the response been from the virtual concert?
Oh my gosh. It was outrageous. I wasn't expecting so many people to even tune in, but
We
so many
tuned
people
in, baby.
tuned in. There's almost, I think, 30,000 views from it. I get inboxes all the time. I get messages. The response was, "Thank you for doing this. We needed something to uplift our spirits in the middle of this pandemic. We needed to see survival. We needed to see awareness, and we needed to see somebody thank God in a big way for it. So thank you." People were just really touched and encouraged, to be able to view what God had done for me, and they loved it. People were shouting at home. They said they were throwing stuff and passing out. I said, what? They said, "Girl, we were having church and we loved it.
Loved it.
Thank you."
Oh
Yeah,
my
that was
gosh.
great. The
My
response was
sister.
great.
My sister. My sister. So
Yeah.
I gotta go here before we close this thing out.
Okay.
What's next for my sister? And how
Yeah.
can the people keep up with you? Like, you got some stuff going on.
Yeah.
What anything you can share? Some stuff you can't share, but
Right.
what are you working on? What's next for you? And how can the people keep up with you? Because this survivor story tonight.
Yes.
And I've taken, and I've literally walked from how you got to where you are. We talked about motherhood,
Yes.
divorce, how you recovered your faith, this new chapter of empowerment.
Right.
And coming up with questions. I'm like, how do I present the questions in such a form where it's not, I always try to come from a lens of care. Like, I don't want to empowerment with care, because I love my guests, and I love me some Juanita. It is
Yes.
what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be.
Right.
Thank you for allowing me the virtual space tonight to have you on. And
Absolutely, bro.
What's next for my sister, and what you got coming down the pipeline? And y'all better keep up with it, because she's on her way.
Well, definitely, to keep up with me, you can just follow me on social media, Juanita Contee, both on Instagram and on Facebook. And, like I said, I have the magazine coming out where I'm featured telling my story. The book is coming out in December, so make sure you cop that when it comes out. I'll make sure I post how you can get it and where you can get it. And then, like I said, music is coming. So those are just some things that I'm working on. And, I have some visions and things that I'm working on that, aren't, I haven't laid those things out yet, but it's coming very, very soon. And if you definitely keep up with me and follow me, you'll see all that the Lord has in store and the stuff that he's doing with me and through me. So, yeah, those are just a few things. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was one, but it's two more things. Something just dropped in my spirit. First question is, what was it like connecting with Nikita Fox?
Oh my God. Nikita is like the sweetest person in the world. Her and I met singing we sang at a live recording together. And her and I, we clicked after the recording. We were able to meet up with each other. We took pictures and we just kind of stayed in contact via social media. We still do every now and again. She'll reach out or I'll reach out. And that girl is just a round the way girl. She reminds me of myself. She's so cool. She's done great, amazing, big things in her life and in her career musically. She's just a cool young lady. So it was wonderful to meet her and to just build a sisterhood with her. Yeah.
Like, y'all got these two on the. I was like, Nick, you got these two on the same ticket.
Yeah.
And then my brother was watching, and then my brother Romaine was watching Bishop Gibbs. He was like, that Juanita. I said, brother, I've been trying to tell you Juanita was a problem for the longest.
Oh my God.
So yeah, Bishop Gibbs loved him so Juanita Contee.
Oh, I love you, Bishop. Thank you.
Okay, my other question was dang, I done lost it that quick. Okay. I had to get the Nikita thing in there. Yes. The last thing is, that's what it is. Somebody's watching. Mm-hmm. I don't know what they may be dealing with, but I always like to provide my guests a chance to pour. So what is something you can share to encourage somebody that may be watching? I don't know what their situation may be, what they may be going through, but this is a word from Dr. Contee.
Yes.
Tonight, just to encourage them and push them a little bit further.
Absolutely. Well, I would have to encourage everybody that's listening and viewing to remember that God is in control. And as long as he's in control, things are going to work out for you. You don't have to fret. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be uncertain about your life. The fact that you were born is proof that your destiny and your life is necessary. God has you here on this earth for a purpose and for a reason. So even in the toughest of times, remember that if you're in Christ Jesus, he's got your back. Everything pertaining to you, he's concerned about. So remember, God is always in control. Keep that in the forefront of your mind, and you won't have to worry about anything. You can live life unafraid. God is in control. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life, with your family, with your children. Give it to God because he knows all about it anyway. He's in control. So you're good. You're covered. Remember that always. God is in control. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Contee has spoken. That's my sister. We go back to Empowerment Temple. She has been my minister of music, my friend, and all of the above. She is a survivor. She is a worshiper. She is a mom. And she is an amazing and phenomenal individual doing great things, who is surviving and still has more chapters of her story to write. This has been this week's edition of Dialogues with Doc. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back next week with another amazing guest. Juanita, don't log off. I'm going to close the show out and I'm going to come back, okay? See you guys next Wednesday at 8 p.m. on Dialogues with Doc.
Bye, y'all.